What do gelatos, laminating pouches, and my laminator have in common? Stick around and find out. So yes, I've got my trusty old laminator and I have that warming up. I actually needed to laminate a certificate that I've earned at work. It took me 12 months to get it myself. And I had these gelatos sitting around for ages. And I've obviously got the laminating pouches that go with it, but I watched a video by Jerry van der Velden. Jerry is a fellow YouTuber and she has lots and lots of really terrific tutorials on her channel. And she's the one that was using this idea that I thought I'd give it a little bit of a go and see whether or not I can get it to work also. Jerry used gelatos and the laminating pouches, and she was playing around with colour and different ways that you could create textures. I'm going to give this one a crack and hopefully not wreck my laminator. Jerry did was she took her gelatos. Now gelatos are just like, what are they? They're like crayons. Okay. And you can mix water on top of them to blend them in. They're a lot of fun to play with. There's lots of things you can do with them, so I might even do a little bit of a video to show you. So basically, open your laminating pouch. This all sounds a bit dangerous. I don't know how this is going to go. Now, when the laminating pouch goes through, it's going to be really hot. So it's going to melt everything and spread it out. So I'm going to try and keep my gelatos really central in the middle of this. And as it goes through, I'm going to add some paper at the bottom because as it pushes, it's probably going to push out the bottom of the laminating pouch. So if I put some paper there, that's going to help catch any of that. Do lines. How this works out. I'm just going to do the one to try out today. So this is going to go in like so, and then I'm going to add some paper at the bottom. I'm going to go long ways. And I'm going to sandwich. I'm going to sandwich the laminating pouch in between these two, just at the bottom. So as it goes through like this, because I have an A3 laminator, that will be fine. I'll be able to get away with that. All right, so in we go. I'll put this in first so I can get it lined up at the A4 mark. Wish me luck. Let's hope I don't wreck this laminator. So that's come out. All right, so I didn't need the paper. It's interesting. I think I was just going to end up pushing it all that out at the bottom, to be honest. All right, so that's trial one. All right, let's see what happens. See what happens with the paper. Are you ready? Moment of truth. All right. So, I think that on the laminating sheet, it works much better when the paper's been applied there, and it must stop it from release, not have much pressure pushing it along. So if you see here, this is where I introduced the paper. This is what it was doing. It was just actually just pushing it all out. So this part here might be pretty cool for a card. And this is close, wasn't it? Got right to the edge. This looks pretty cool too. But I'd be really hesitant to go any further outside those lines, obviously, because the laminator pouch might be a bit crazy. So does this technique work? Well, I'm sure that it can in a lot of ways. It's a bit risky. And then how you use it on your card is another sort of question. So let me make 2 cards out of this and see whether or not it's worth it to even make a card with. Are you ready? Here we go. So I spent a little time cutting down the laminated sheets, and this is when I realised that something critical was happening. All right, first problem. It's going to separate on you. This one's not too bad. No, hang on a minute. There it is. Okay. So this is not going to work if you cut it down. Yep, that's right. The minute I started cutting it, this colour started to ooze out. It was going everywhere, so it wasn't going to be practical to have this as part of the card. With the gelato that went down on the paper, that was really smudgy also. So you would be able to get away with using that, but you would need to put a fixative on it to make sure that it didn't smudge all over your card. So while I think this is a great idea, and while Jerry experienced some success, and make sure you go and check out her channel because you might be able to follow hers and get better success than I did. But for me, this was a huge fail, and it's something that I wouldn't even attempt to try and do again. Thank you for sticking around and watching the video. Don't forget to give me a like and subscribe if you'd like to. It's that way you can catch up with all the latest videos. And you know, sometimes things in craft don't work, and that is okay too. And I'll catch you in the next one. Keep creating.